Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. And in today's video I'm going to be going through an order I just did with a good friend of mine. I'm sorry I haven't put any content out the last few days. I wanted to put some educational content out, but it hasn't panned out that way, and that's okay. Like, I've been looking after myself a lot more recently. This is actually the fourth time I've tried to video this. The first time I got interrupted at 8 minutes, and where I woke up early I wasn't in a good mood about it. I was very close to finishing the video, and I had a knock on my door, and then I was like, oh, I'll leave it, and then another knock, and then a third knock, and then I was just like, come on, really? And then the other two times the video just cut out, so maybe maybe it's a sign I'm not meant to put a video out today. But yeah, the person who sold to me, he said to me, he's like, are you buying some gold? Are you in the market for gold? I said, I'm always in the market, but the price has got to be right. And he's like, okay, that's fair enough. What do you pay? And I was like, well, I pay spot for most things these days. The smaller stuff I'm going to pay you more, because it's just not an issue for me to move. He's like, okay, fair enough. And then he's like, well, what about silver? I was like, yeah, I buy silver. I quoted him $2.50 over an ounce. So I was paying £3. I've just been hit with VAT. I don't think I'm going to be paying £3 anymore, because yeah, I owe the VAT man like £400 already, which it is what it is. I'm not really against tax, but it's making me rethink my position on trading silver for sure, especially bullion when there's not really much in it. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. So yeah, let's get into the gold first. The reason the gentleman was selling up was he's kind of a bit fed up of work, and he wants to purchase some income generating shares, which I can completely understand. Yeah, I think we all want to be financially independent, no? So yeah, I bought two grams of gold, a Perfmint and a Pamp. You can check if they're fake or not by turning them on the side. I had the hindsight of knowing that I'm pretty sure I sold them these, so they would have been pre-checked. If they're fake, they're going to be too thick. A lot of people get really bent out of shape. They're like, oh, how do you know it's fake? Blah, you need to get it tested. And it's like, well, actually, there's a lot of key identifiers that you can use. Thickness, check the code, and also, especially on the Pamp, if you look at where the Pamp is, this can often be slightly different. For example, the A won't have the bar, it will just be like a looping line over the top. So I think I paid £1 over. It might have been £2 over for these, but they're do okay. I end up buying some temp maples. So with temp coins, I'm a £5 over buyer. I find that's the sweet spot between what I can earn and liquidity, but also I find it the sweet spot for the seller as well. If they take it to another dealer, they're gonna make spot on it, which I think is wrong. I genuinely think that's wrong. I think on the smaller stuff you should be paying more, especially what some of the dealers are charging these days. Now, I'm not going to name names. Other dealers have different cost bases. You know, they got different operations, and everyone deals differently. But personally, I think you should pay at least over on the temps, because they come in so quickly. They move so quickly. So yeah, I got the maples, I got some Krugs. I'm now up to 8 of these. I've got 5 in reserve. So I end up paying 140 a coin on the temps. If I squeeze 150, 155 out of these. Now the annoying thing is, I wanted to talk about this. So these will probably go for more because they're OMP and they're in top condition. Condition doesn't really matter on bullion, but to some people it does, and that's fair enough. So if I price these at 160, I know full well that someone is going to say, you know what, I'd pay 155, do you want 155? If I price them at 155, the chances are that same person will say, oh, will you take 150? It never makes sense to me. I'd rather just price it at 155 because that's the price I want, and someone be like, oh yeah, that's a fair price, I'll take that. It doesn't really work like that in the real world, which saddens me a bit, to be honest. It's like the world's a game and you're just a player in it, So I've got to go into negotiation mode on something that should be relatively simple. That's the price. It's a fair price, and it should go. Now these will go slightly more. These I will probably go for slightly less. That's okay. I end up getting some Australian quarters in. So the gentleman went through a stage where he wanted 9999 gold for import-export reasons. I won't particularly go into it. It's his story to tell on that one. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I sold him this. I don't remember having this in. I've actually got this in the 1 ounce. It's high relief. And I put a price up, and I didn't have any takers, and I was just stubborn. I was like, no, I'm not letting it go cheap. The mintage is like 250. It's going for the correct price. I'm going to hold it. I ended up holding it because I just really liked it. So that's them. I paid spot for these, by the way. I bought 4 of these in. I'm pretty sure these were mine when I sold them. Again, these were bought for spot, so can't go wrong with quarters, can't go wrong with crooks. I really like the Humble Crook. It just, you know where you stand. People have no problem buying them. You know, it might as well be a sovereign in terms of how well established the brand is. I wouldn't say they're the best selling. I wouldn't say they're the best selling in terms of. Well, no, that's a lie. In terms of numbers, they are the best selling. But in terms of what people really like, you're probably looking at your Quarter Eagles. People really like them. Your Brits as well. Excuse me. It's a sneeze, guys. It's a sneeze. Last but not least. It is a sneeze, I promise you. Last but not least, I have got 2 of these in. I know I sold these to him. There's no other place he could have got them. I believe I was the only person in the UK who was importing these in. I ended up having around 10 to 15 of them. So these are Cinco Pesos from Colombia. I was really hoping that I'd sold him a stone cutter. The stone cutters, when I got them in, I didn't really know how rare they were. I ended up selling them cheap because I didn't really have the cash flow when I originally bought them. You would have seen these in prior videos. Like if you go back a couple of years, they would have come in around then. I need to sneeze again. It's awful, awful feeling. I'm only human, guys. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. So yeah, these are not really that rare, but you don't see them often. They are modelled on the Sovereign. So same size, same specifications. And this is really neat. So something about South American coins is they tell you. So not only do they tell you the weight, they tell you the purity on most of the coins. And that's most of South America. So yeah, nice coins. I paid spot on these. Usually I would have paid a bit more. In this market, it's just going to be coins in, coins out. Usually I'll try and wait for the right buyer on these. I'm just going to list them up and be done with it. Now you could be asking why is one thicker than the other, because one has been in jewelry. No other sinister reason. It's not fake or anything like that. I checked them out the first time they came in. So that's the gold. So as for silver, he ended up having 6 tubes, 150 ounces. So there was 3 lots of Brits and there was 3 lots of Robin Hoods. Now I was pretty lucky with these because these came in and I messaged a guy. I was selling Brits. I was selling down Brits. I had 125 odd Brits, slightly more, and I just said I'll do a sale on them. It's Christmas. It's not a problem. I'll do a sale. And this guy got in contact. He's like, well, how many tubes do you have left? And I said, I've got none. And then this order comes in. I wasn't really expecting him to buy the lot. I was just thinking he was going to buy maybe a tube or 2. You know, most people don't really buy in bulk. You know, not to that scale. maybe that's an indication that I was underpriced, but they literally came in and went straight back out, which was great for me. It doesn't always work like that. When I spoke to him, I thought he was going to buy about maybe 50 coins, so I was thinking I'll put some in the reserve, and it just hasn't been the case on this occasion. I'm not complaining, you know, it is my job to move these things, but I was a bit taken back by that. I'm not going to make the video any longer. I'm really sorry I sneezed on camera a couple of times. I'm kind of embarrassed about that, but hey, this is real life viewing, guys. It's none of this fake rubbish we see from other channels. You get it how it is on this channel. So take care, guys. Bye.